An opening I've been wanting to show on this channel for a long time is the White Doctor. It's one of the most challenging and perplexing openings in the game, and I've always had an appreciation for it. The old adage of position beats possession rings most true here. Many books and pages of text have been dedicated to this opening, and while I will likely publish additional videos about this opening, today I'm just going to highlight a very restrictive and complex variation. Natural moves just won't cut it here, and having published play knowledge is essential to survive. So, let's buckle up and walk through this difficult opening. The White Doctor can actually come up in a number of different ways, but it's forced with this opening right here, as White moves into this square for its next move, restricting Red. Now, Red cannot go anywhere else on the board. It can't go here, it can't go here, it can't go here. It must play a piece down by pitching this piece. If it does go into any of these squares, as I mentioned, White can win the game simply by replying with this move. So instead, it must play the piece down. White captures here. And now if White captures 27-18, Red can actually play this move and assume the offensive. But instead, White is going to go here, maintain the piece up, and now Red is going to restrict White by going here next and also preventing this 16-12 move here. So it moves here next, and now traditionally this 25-22 is the older attacking line. I'm going to show this in a future video, but I want to highlight this move, which is again very forceful and very restrictive, and pretty much forces Red to play perfectly from here on out. So Red is going to consolidate its position. White is now going to line up here, and Red again is forced to go 11-15 into the center. And now White goes here next. Doesn't matter which way Red captures. And now this is where things get a little tricky. Red goes here next. Now White can pitch it back. It's even game. Instead, White is going to go here next. Now it's very important which way Red jumps. Red must jump this capture first. And now if White tries to go 16-11 here, Red can just go 10-14. It's still a tricky game, but it's very much drawable. So instead of going in, White actually waits by moving here next. Red is going to allow White to go in 16-11 by waiting with this critical piece here first. Now it can go 16-11, and now Red is going to capture one of the key center squares, 19 here. Trading it off will work. Again, it's a pretty even game at that point. So instead, White waits here next, and now Red must capture this critical 15 square for its next move. Now White can trade off this piece. Red waits here first, and now what White wants to do is cramp Red in its own double corner, which it does here. White goes here. Red goes here next, and again, the 17-14 exchange just lets Red off the hook, so instead, it moves up here, furthering the cramp in Red's position. Red doesn't have very many options here, so it waits with 5-9. White goes here, again, more or less forcing the 15-19. Now White's going to attack this piece by moving here next, and Red must cover up. White is going to go for a king, and Red is going to stop this advanced piece for a moment by moving here. White is going to king, attacking this piece here now. Red goes here. White captures. Red captures back, and now the White king is going to try to pin these two pieces, but White doesn't have a whole lot of waiting moves at its disposal right now, as Red goes here next. Now White can't really go here, can't really do anything, so it's just going to wait and move the king back. Red is going to advance, and now the white king can now press this piece, and it doesn't matter if the white king presses here or here next. Red is just going to exchange these two pieces off for a very solid but very difficult draw. Okay, let's play this variation again, but this time you can see it from the red perspective. So again, the opening is 10-14, 22-18, 12-16, and then the bind with 24-20 is what forces the white doctor. So again, everything else will lose here from red. Red must pitch this piece. Knowledge equals power here. And now white is a piece up, but again, position is stronger than possession. Red goes here to further the cramp, and now the 31-26 line. Now again, 25-22 is very natural. This is also a good line to know, and I'll show it in a future video, but this is all about the 31-26 attack. Again, consolidating the center of the board for red. The forced 11-15, and now exchanging off. Doesn't matter which way the jumps take place first. Now the 3-8 to gain the piece back, and it's best for white to go here. And again, the jump here first is forced. Now white waits with this 32-27. Red is going to further develop here, allowing white to get onto square 11. And again, it's best to wait here for white with 26-22. Now exchanging off the piece. And again, going 9-13 is best, and holding back 17-14 to further cramp red's double corner. Now white advancing here, forcing red to cover up. Now the 4-8, the key timing move here. White gets the king, but red is still going to get this piece. The white king is going to go further behind to try to pinch these two pieces, but again, there's no waiting move for white, as red can just go here, so the white king has to go back. Pressing this piece, and then again, it doesn't matter if white presses here or here next. Red is just going to go here, trade off the pieces, and have room for a king, for a solid draw. Again, this was just one variation in this white doctor opening. I'll focus on the 25-22 attack in a future video, but hopefully you can see how this 31-26 line is really powerful, and red has to play perfect move after perfect move to draw. If you like this opening, you may also like the black doctor opening, which Alex Holmes and I covered together in a previous video. Thanks, as always, for watching.